Okay, so Stephen A. Smith addressed the rumors about him and Pat McAfee getting into a heated argument where Pat McAfee cursed Stephen A. Smith out over the phone. This was reported by the New York Post. This article had came out. I've seen people report on it. I didn't get to do a video on that, but I just wanted to highlight Stephen A. Smith's response because I was watching him respond to it live. So I thought it would be good to just get the video out, give you guys the context, and then I want to give my commentary as well on today's video. So with that being said, let's highlight what Stephen A. Smith has to say about the recent rumor of him and Pat McAfee getting into a heated phone conversation about First Take. Stephen A. Smith allegedly banned Pat McAfee from appearing on First Take. And yeah, man, that's what the New York Post had reported. So let's check out what Stephen A. Smith had to say. Here's the video.
Looking forward to getting back into some football talk for just a few minutes. I wanted to address a story that was printed just a couple of days ago in the New York Post where folks were alluding to some dispute that I allegedly had with my colleague at ESPN, Mr. Pat McAfee. It's a few things that are incredibly important to say. Number one, there is no dispute whatsoever. Pat McAfee is my teammate. Pat McAfee and I work together at ESPN. There is no banishment from First Take or any other show. He is more than welcome to come on First Take in the future, and I'm going to be more than welcome to come on his show. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but I'm going to try this one more time, not just relying on a statement or a quote that I issued through ESPN, but I'm going to look into the cameras and say this to you nationally and globally. I root for my teammates. I root for my colleagues. I don't root against anybody. The people out there who do that are idiots. A rising tide raises all boats. If you succeed, I succeed. I cannot tell you how thankful and grateful I am to Pat McAfee, to Shannon Sharp, to Ryan Clark. The list goes on and on. Individuals who had the courage to go out there on their own and create a platform, which ultimately evolved into a business that they could then monetize because you have linear networks and others willing to come on board and pay them for their content, thereby enabling them to get paid while being independent contractors and business owners without necessarily being employees. That is not something to hate on. That is something to show gratitude for. That's why I'm thankful to the Pat McAfees of the world. That's why I'm thankful and happy when I see the ratings or the numbers for Club Shay Shay or the Nightcap or Joe Rogan getting a $250 million deal or Bill Simmons before him on Spotify or Dan Le Batard with Meadowlark Media, or All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson signing on with Dan Le Batard and John Skipper and their team. The list goes on and on and on. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. The business is evolving. And individuals who were employees, who had nothing to rely upon other than their on-air talent, have transformed and transitioned into being actual businessmen.
Okay, so that's Stephen A. Smith addressing the rumors that came out about him and Pat McAfee. So far, man, you know what? It's kind of like they keep doing this every 2 months. And in my opinion, I'm thinking it's just, they do this just for clicks and ratings now. Because why does Stephen A. Smith, the Pat McAfee name, keep getting attached to these articles? Why does the New York Post and other big blog sites keep reporting on stuff? Stephen A. Smith having these issues with Pat McAfee, or Pat McAfee having issues with Stephen A. Smith. Like, it's way too many reports coming out like that. And if these reports are false, like Stephen A. Smith are claiming them to be, then at some point you need to start calling out these blogs and these networks that continues to try to pin Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee against each other, because something is not adding up. There's way too many videos right now online. You can search up Stephen A. Smith addressing Pat McAfee. You will see him on multiple podcasts talking about Pat McAfee, and then the titles of the videos will be Stephen A. Smith address Pat McAfee. So yeah, man, it's just crazy how many Pat McAfee rumors and Stephen A. Smith rumors are attached to each other, man. So that's just my thoughts about today's video. I would love to hear y'all thoughts about it. Y'all get in the comment section down below. Hit that like button if you make this far in the video. Don't forget to subscribe up as well if you're new to the channel. Comment out new sub if you're a new sub over here. Catch you guys on the next video, and we out, guys. Peace.